Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. My name's Adam, and this is going to be another episode of my Shop Talk series. And I don't even know what I'm going to call this yet. I just started filming here. I'm not. It's going to be about several different things. I've got some stuff to show you that I wanted to share with you. That I've told you in some other videos. I like to share some of the stuff I got, some of my tools. But I've got some things that people's asked me about. I've got some things that several people's asked me about showing. So I wanted to go ahead and throw a couple of these items in a video and get a little close up to it so you can see it, see how I built it. Particularly the shelf over next to the mill that I built, and I've had some people ask me about that and thought it was real interesting. So I thought I'd go ahead and throw that in a video. I'll get you in there kind of close so you can see it. I'll show you how I built it. It's always been an interesting item that's helped me out a lot in the shop, especially by the mill. I've got a couple products that I use that I thought I'd throw in there, just some stuff that I like to use that I thought might be helpful. And I got me a little list here of some things that I thought I'd talk about. Because when you're on camera, you can't remember all the stuff that you wanted to talk about. So you got to make you a little cheat sheet. I'm trying to decide what to start with first here. I think I'll start with my phone case. I just had a comment on the channel there. Actually, I believe it was Tyler Cunningham. He asked me about my phone case, which is this here. This is the Rockform case, and oh, I've got my app on. I was going to show you. See, I can see the video that I'm recording right now. That's just a preview image, and I can control the camera right here. But this is my Rockform case that I use. I have an iPhone 4S. This is a magnet here, which is really handy. I like it because you can come over here anywhere and stick it up on a toolbox or over by the machine wherever I'm trying to work, and that's it's always worked real nice. It is getting dirty because I'm in a rough environment, but it works real good. And the other cool thing about Rockform is that they're made in USA, over in California, I believe. And they've also got an aluminum case that's CNC machined. I can't remember what that one's called offhand, but this one's the Fusion. This is a plastic case, and so you can get it with the magnet. And they build these with this what's called a remote mounting system. And this is a little tripod that I bought to use. And this is a piece that they CNC machine right here. And then I've got this little tripod that screws down there, and it uses a 1/4 thread, which is what I understand is standard thread for any of your tripod mounts for cameras. But what you can do, the way this remote mounting system works, you can click this in and it holds your phone. See? And you can also turn it the other way if you want to turn it sideways, just like that. That's actually really nice when you're traveling and you're laying in your room wanting to watch something on your phone. I'll pull this out and set it there so I can watch my phone. But I also use it out here. I mainly just use it out here in the shop. So anyway, I wanted to throw that out there. That's my phone case that I use, and I really like it. It's been really nice. I got a couple more things here that I'll throw in the video before I go over to the milling machine. We don't ever talk about flashlights, but this is a flashlight that I use. I've got two of them. I got another one over there. This is a Pelican flashlight, and this is the 2360. And this is a really nice flashlight. All of us guys at work, my day job I go to, we all have them. We all have them in our toolbox. They're not that bad. I think these are about maybe 40 bucks. Something like that. They're a little pricey, but they're well worth it. Made by Pelican, and it's a LED, and I believe this is about 100 lumen light. Takes 2 AA batteries, and it's very bright. It's perfect outside or any kind of dark area, and it's real small. It's got the clip on it, so you can stick it in your pocket. And I use this a lot whenever I'm on the machine and I'm trying to look up inside of a bore to cut a groove for a seal or something like that. I'm always using this flashlight. So we sell these at work, so I bought me a couple to have down here. So again, that's the Pelican 2360. Excellent flashlight. I'd recommend it to anybody. And oh, it's waterproof. You can unscrew the back here, and they got an O-ring in here, so it's sealed. And they do guarantee these for life. That's the other great thing about it. If they mess up, you can send it back to Pelican, and they'll either fix it or they'll send you another one. So that's the flashlight there. Oh, because of where I live down here in Florida, we have a lot of humidity, and I have a lot of problem with the rusting around here. I have to try to stay on top of anything that's bare metal and keep oil on it to try to keep the rust down, because I currently don't have a climate controlled shop. But I've got one oil that I like to use, and that's this Steer M1 oil. And what's really nice about this stuff is that you spray it all over your part. If you got a bare metal part, you can spray it all over it, and what it does, it kind of dries where it's not wet looking, but it leaves like an oily residue on your part, and it resists the moisture from building up on it. So that's one of the things I like about this Stearit oil. You can also use it for other things, like you would use WD-40 if you got a squeaky door hinge or something like that. You can squirt that on there. So oh, I got one more thing here that I wanted to show you that was pretty cool. I've been going down to my old shop and slowly collecting some more of the things that's still sitting down there that I want to keep, and I've been slowly just bringing them down here little by little, and still got a lot of crap down there that I got to go through. There's going to be a lot of scrapping and throwing stuff away, but I'm going through different areas trying to find some things that I need to hold on to. I was down there today. I loaded up a bunch of steel that I brought down here, a couple other things that I'll show you here in a little while. But I also ran into this that I forgot about. This is a really cool little antique parts cleaner made by Protective Seal company out of Chicago. And what this is, you got a little screen here that's on a spring. So what you can do is just fill this up with some kind of parts cleaner or part solvent, and if you got a little part that you want to rinse off, get the oil off of it, you can just stick it in here and rinse it off. It's just a neat little antique item that's always been around our shop. Excuse me. But I found it years ago whenever I was younger. I found it in the shop, and what I did was I beat blasted it to clean it up because it was real rusty looking, and then I never did anything else with it, and it just sat back there. So this is a neat little thing. I'm going to clean it up again. I'd like to paint it. I'm thinking I'd like to paint it red, like a safety can red or something like that, and actually use this. This would be a nice little thing to use around here. So I thought you might like to see that. That's pretty neat. Hell, I throw my mug in here. I wanted to show you this. This is my Walking Dead mug that I actually bought in Sonoya, Georgia. Fun little fact about me that you probably don't know, unless some of you guys follow me on Facebook, is that I love The Walking Dead. I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and luckily for us, we have family that live just outside of Sonoya. Sonoya is where they film the show, and the surrounding areas around it. The studio is right there next to Sonoya, and they do all the filming right there. Sonoya was the town called Woodbury in The Walking Dead. So we go up to Georgia probably 2 or 3 times at least every year. We'll be up there for Christmas, and we always go down to Sonoya and visit and eat lunch and shop. It's a really cool little town. That's where this mug come from. Actually, it come from the Woodbury shop there in Sonoya. So I thought I'd let you know I'm a Walking Dead fan. I'll be watching it tomorrow night. It comes on Sundays. Love the show. So all right, I got a few more things that I'm going to talk about. What I'm going to do is reset. I'm going to come down here to the milling machine. I'm going to show you a couple things down there. All right, so I brought you down here to the milling machine, and I want to show you something. I finally got my Kurt Vise back. At my other job, I took this Kurt Vise down there like well over a year ago to use down there because I didn't have a nice vise this style down there to use. So I took my Kurt Vise down there and been using it, and I've been asking them ever since if they would go ahead and buy one so I could bring mine home. I finally got one a couple weeks ago. I finally got a new Kurt Vise, so I got to bring mine home. So it's finally back in my shop, and I've got it sitting over here looking nice and pretty. And I just wanted to show this off because I love Kurt Vises. They're excellent vices. I know I've seen a few of you guys use them in your videos. I believe Tom Lipton, he's got a Kurt Vise for his mill, and I know I've seen a few in the other videos. But a Kurt Vise is an excellent vise. This one here is my D688, I believe. I'll pull up my little flashlight here, and the battery went dead, so I can't use my flashlight. Anyway, this is the D688 Kurt Vise, and we've had this quite a while. We bought a new milling machine back in the mid 2000s, and whenever Dad bought it, he went ahead and bought this Kurt Vise to go with it too. So we've used it for a lot of things. It's a really good quality vise, and when I got that new one at work, man, that thing is so pretty. I didn't even want to use it. All of the surfaces here are all really fine ground finish, man. It just looks beautiful. And on the bottom of it, you know, the whole bottom's ground, and I like the way when you flip it up, they've got USA casted in the bottom of it, and it's ground over the top of it. So it's a really nice looking vise. They do a good job building those. So I just wanted to show off my my Kurt Vise to you, because I finally got it back, and now you'll be seeing me use this one all the time when I'm over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my tool shelf right here, and trying to think of what I want to tell you about this. I built this thing back whenever we had bought that other milling machine that I just referred to. We had bought an Acer milling machine, and whenever we put it in the shop and started using it, you know, I had these accessories over there, and I really didn't have anything around the milling machine close by to hold some of these accessories. So me and Dad just kind of came up with something like, why don't we build some kind of shelf there next to the mill that we can put some of these things on. That way I'm not having to pick them up and tote them around. So this is kind of what we came up with. And what you see here is just all materials that we had there in the shop. I mean, we didn't go buy anything specifically for this to build it. I mean, we just found stuff that we had and put it to use, and this is what we came up with. So what we got is a piece of, I believe that was 3-inch pipe. We had a bunch of 3-inch pipe. Oh, I did buy the flange down there. I bought the 4-bolt flange. Those are cheap. But I bought the flange and welded it to it. And what I did was, let me get down here where I've kind of got this light where maybe you can see things, see what's going on here. That collar that you see right here, and there's also 2 more down here. This is probably really hard to see because I don't have a lot of lighting, but those collars was some other things that we had stacked up in the shop that we had built a bunch of, and they were smaller ID than what they are now. So they worked out perfect. I took a few of those collars and bored them out to where they would slide over this pipe, and then I drilled and tapped it and put a couple set screws in them. So what I did was all of this plate steel that you see that the shelf is made out of, this is 3/8 by 12 hot rolled flat bar. We had a bunch of that. So I cut 3 pieces of it. The bottom one is actually longer because this one actually was just a shelf next for the Acra lathe, and I set all my tool holders on this one. And these 2 shelves right here were always used for the Acer milling machine. I usually had the vise up here, and I put the super spacer stayed right here. But you can see how I built it. I took and cut the flat bar, and I used some more of those collars here and welded them to it. Cut some more braces out of looks like some 1/4 by 1.5 inch flat bar to kind of give it a little extra support. And what I did, I positioned the collars where I wanted the shelf to sit. But you can take these things and rotate them. So I would actually take this, I can't move it over here because I got all this other stuff stacked up, but you can take and you can rotate that shelf out of the way. So you can see how I've got it. I've got my spacer right there, so all I've got to do is come over here to the mill, run the mill table right up next to it, and adjust the height, and then just slide that spacer right over here on the mill. And then when I'm ready to put it up, I position it, slide it right back over on there. And I had it positioned a little different down at the other shop. This top shelf was a little bit lower, and that Acer mill vise would come way up here. And then I would take my my vise and slide it off right there. Instead of picking it up, I would just slide it over to the top shelf there. So the top shelf right now is just being used as basically just a tool shelf. You know, I got my wrench, copper hammer, my oil can. Oh, this is something else I wanted to throw in the video. I just remembered that. I didn't put it on my list, so I'm going to talk about these before we go. So this is one of my lead knockers. And you can see how it's built there. You just take the shelf, I mean, you can slide it right up off there, and you can reposition these collars anywhere you want to. See this one, you can slide it, rotate it around if I want to move it out of the way. There's another little shot of some of the way that I made it. I've cut the corners off to get rid of that sharp edge. So yeah, it's just right now I got my cool mister sitting up here. I lay some of my tools up here when I'm working. And then over here on this bottom shelf, the way I'm using it now is that I've got my big rotary table sitting there. And then this is the milling vise that you always see me use in my videos. This was the vise that Dad bought to go with this dual mill whenever he bought it. And it is an import vise, but it's actually always worked really well. It's built very similar to a Kurt, and it's got the hardened jaws, and it's still in real good shape. There's nothing wrong with it, but there ain't nothing like a Kurt. A Kurt's just excellent quality, and I really like using that vise. So I'm going to hold on to this probably just because I've got the base down here where I can swing this and cut some angles if I want to. I don't have that with the Kurt vise. And I kind of wanted to show off my little, I say little, it's not little, but it's our rotary table here. This one is made by Universal Vise and Tool Company. Maybe I've got it loose where I can, no, it's tight. But that thing works really good. There's 2 locks on it. There we go. It hadn't been moved in a long time, but it's got a little bit of resistance there, but that's a really nice rotary table. I really want to clean that thing up one day, make it look nice, get the table there, the top, the face plate cleaned up, get all that oil and chips off of it, make it look nice again. But that's a nice piece, and we've used it for a lot of different jobs. It's just big. I've got another one right there. I'll try to get where you can see it. There's another one right there. And I've actually never even used that one. That's just been another one around our shop, but I've never used it. I haven't even paid attention to know what brand that one is. I might pull that out one day and check it out and see if we can figure out what brand that one is. So so you see how the shelf system works? I've got it. I bought some the Redhead concrete anchors. So I got 4 of them bolted down, and it's nice and rigid. I mean, if you come up and push on it, you can see it wiggling a little bit, but it's not going anywhere. I'm not going to be in here with a forklift and run into it. So it's always worked real good, and I like having it. It's been a nice little addition to the milling machine right here. Helps me out a lot because those Vertex super spacers are extremely heavy, and I've had to pick that thing up a lot. If you ever do want to pick these things up, the easy thing to do is get you a piece of bar stock, run through there and clamp it, and you got a handle on each side, or you can hook a strap to it and pick it up that way. So there's my little tooling shelf for the milling machine. All right, so I got another item I want to show you. This is something that I just got the other day. This is something that I just purchased for the milling machine there. And I wanted to build some covers for my table that I've seen in some of the other guys' videos. Never had any covers for it. I always wanted to make one, just never did. So I've actually got some sheets of UHMW down at the old shop that I was getting ready to use to build some covers for it. But I was browsing on the machinist forum the other day, and I found a post where a guy's got these covers that he was selling. And I got them right here. I want to show them to you. I got 2 pieces. And that's it right here. I think you can see it. He's selling this stuff by the foot, and he actually had this stuff manufactured to fit a mill table like the dual size of it, like a Bridgeport, a 9-inch wide table. And it's made out of Unirubber, which is like the same material they make O-rings out of. And you see it's ribbed on the top side here. On the back, it's got this heavy rib that's made into it, and this fits the 5/8 slot over on the table. And you can take it, and you gotta, I've already tried it, you gotta kind of push it down in there. I guess because I haven't used it yet, it's a little bit snug, so you gotta kind of push it down in there, but I thought these things were excellent. So I went ahead and got me a couple pieces. He just sent them to me, and I haven't cut them yet. I bought 4 foot of it. So, you know, I just got the Kurt Vise home. So what I'll do is I'll center the vise and, you know, take a measurement of what I need, and I'll cut these. So I've got a cover that'll cover each side of the table when I'm using the vise, and then I'll have a couple sections left here that I can use also when I'm maybe using some of the other accessories. I can put it on there. But this is a really cool little deal. I really like it. It's really neat. It's ribbed really nice, so it'll hold your tools. Your tools ain't gonna roll off on you. And this, he said that this is coated with like a mold release, so I guess keep it from molding. He said any kind of normal household cleaner will wipe that stuff right off. So I put a little bit of oil on it, just try to see how it would fit. So what I want to do is actually go down there to the milling machine and show you how it fits. All right, got one piece right here, and you see you stick it down that slot, and it's the same width as the table here. But you can take it and just start working it in there. And right there, it's nice and flat. Got a nice rubbery surface to put all your tools on. It's protecting the mill table from all your chips and throwing things on the table. So that's really a cool little thing, man. Like I said, I found that on the machinist forum and the for sale section, and told them I wanted some because I wanted to try this stuff out, and I think I'm really gonna like it. So as I said, I'm gonna cut them. I'm gonna cut them to where I've got 2 equal pieces centered on the table here. Once I center the vise up right here, and I'm gonna try to trim it so that it'll fit around this shape of the Kurt Vise and fit up flush against the side of the vise right there, and to be even on the end of the table. So that's a cool little item I wanted to share with you that I was real excited about getting. I really like it, and it seems like it's going to work really good. The man said that he had these made I guess he had maybe a big roll of it made, and he's had a lot of it extra for about 10 years, and he's trying to get rid of it now. So he's trying to sell it, and I seen it and I wanted to get some. So this is going to be my new milling machine table cover.